Hey, I'm going to get dreadlocks. So these next few weeks are going to be very interesting. You'll see lots of growth. It'll be great. It's Thursday, so it's time for another video with me, Blake. I've been gone for a while. Sorry about that, but it's not my fault. My computer's hard drive kind of just fried and died on me. And after thinking about what to do about this little problem, I decided to get my Mac fixed in the States. So that's not going to be until late November, early December. So I had to buy a new computer, which is actually a netbook. That does have a webcam, but my face is super pixelated on that camera. So, and the computer also doesn't come with a video editing program. So I am using a friend's computer for the rest of my time here in South Africa. And she's been really cool about it. Yeah, this is Jane.
Hi.
And she's letting me use her computer, and she was my roommate before we came here for like 2 days. So you'll be seeing this background for the rest of the year, not my room, Jane's room. And okay, let's get started. This week, the topic is tell a story, any story. But I don't have one nice long story to tell you guys, so I have a few small stories to tell you guys. So the first story is when I was about 5 years old, I think. I was in the kiddie pool with Kiefer, my neighbor's grandchild. He had to use the bathroom when we were like in the pool. So he got out of the pool and he went to one of the trees in the backyard, and he peed against the tree, and then he came back, and it was like not a big deal or anything. And then after Kiefer left, I had to use the bathroom. And so I just like remembered that he went against the tree, so I did the same thing. I tried to go, I went to the tree and I tried to pee against the tree, and of course it didn't work out. And I was really confused and a bit distressed because I had like just peed all over myself. That was the first time I realized that I was not like Kiefer. It was the first time that I realized that there was something different about me. I was really short, right? So I have another one. 4th grade, 9 years old. By that age, I was what some would call not very nice person to the younger kids. I was picking on Kayla B. She was a year younger than me, and she called me, in retaliation, she called me a dyke. And then I hit her. And I didn't hit her because I knew what it meant. I hit her because I knew it was supposed to be offensive. And that night I went to my mother and I said, "Mom, what is a dyke?" And she said, "Who called you that?" And then I told her what happened, and she said, "Oh, well, a dyke is a bad word for a lesbian. Do you know what a lesbian is?" And I said, "No." And so then my mother explained to me what a lesbian was. And she said it was a woman who fell in love with other women. That's what she said. And I just took it, and I wasn't like, I don't really know if I wasn't offended, okay? But I don't know if I really was like, oh, okay, great, that's okay that she called me that because that's what I am. But anyways, that's the story. I think the funny part is that I hit her without even knowing why. And the third story I'm going to tell is how I came to be Blake. Because Blake is actually not the name my parents gave me. Well, I found the name Blake when I was in the 9th grade. It was at the same time that I started to watch the American version of Queer as Folk. I started to identify with one of the more dysfunctional characters on the show named Blake. Blake was this twink-ish character who was addicted to crystal meth, and throughout the series, he was in and out of like rehab centers and in and out of tumultuous relationships, particularly one with one of the main character's best friends. I identified with Blake because, like everyone at the age of 14 and 15, I was going through that weird angsty phase, and I thought that if anyone on the show would have understood what I was going through, it would have been him. So I actually adopted the name Blake as a pen name, and I used Blake as a pen name for other writing websites until I hit college. When I hit college, I decided that I wanted them to call me Blake, because Blake was a gender-neutral name. Blake was a name that I was used to, and it was, in my opinion, a better name than the one my parents had given me. So that's what people started to call me. But after some time, I started to get a little bit embarrassed whenever I would tell people the reason why my name was Blake. So I looked up the definition of Blake. And luckily enough for me, it means either white or full of light or black full of darkness. And the it was really easy for me to realize or come up with a reason, I guess, why Blake would be a good name for me. And the meaning of the name itself can have more than one meaning. It's ambiguous. Just like the way I see my own personal gender identity or like identity in general as ambiguous and not something that can be like set into one definition or one category. And that's what I started to tell people. It fits me. And now, I mean, it's not even BS anymore. That's really why Blake is my name. So that's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or comments, just feel free to leave something below or just send us a private message through our channel. I hope you have a good week. Bye.